All right, today we're going to dive into a topic that, honestly, is the hidden source of all that tax season stress. We're talking about tax administration. And look, it's not just about the money you pay, it's about the entire framework behind it. The rules of the game that, if you get them, can save you a ton of headaches and, yeah, some costly mistakes. So let me ask you something. When you think about taxes, what's the absolute worst part? I mean, for a lot of us, it isn't actually writing the check. I'd argue it's something else, something that's a bit more invisible.
Yep, it's that feeling, you know? That little voice in the back of your head that says, did I miss something? The real stress doesn't come from the amount. It comes from the fear of forgetting one of the million little rules, dates, or forms. It's the stuff you don't see that usually trips you up. Which brings us right here, the rules of the game. Because that's exactly what this is. Taxation is a system. It has its own logic, its own set of rules. And if you don't know those rules, well, you're not really playing to win, are you? The official name for this whole system, for all these rules and deadlines, is tax administration. The best way to think about it is like the operating system on your computer. It's the background code that makes everything run, telling you how and when things need to happen.
And this whole system really just stands on two main pillars. On one side, you've got deadlines. Those are the hard dates, the when you have to do something. And on the other side, you have compliances. That's the how, all the specific rules you gotta follow, like which form to use or what info to include. And here's the trick. Getting one right but not the other, that's where people get into trouble.
Okay, so now we know the rules, but what happens if you don't follow them? That leads us right into our next section, the cost of missing out. Because knowing the rules is one thing, but really understanding the consequences, that's what makes you pay attention.
And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? What's the actual risk here? If you miss a date or misunderstand a rule, is it just a slap on the wrist? Or is it something a lot more serious?
It all boils down to one word, penalty. Simple word, but man, it carries a lot of weight. This is how the system enforces itself. It's a financial consequence put there for one reason, to make sure everybody follows the rules.
And let's be clear, this isn't just a possibility, it's a direct cause and effect. Missing these deadlines and compliances is literally what triggers the tax penalty. It's built right into the system. And some are way worse than others. Like a failure to file penalty can be way steeper than a failure to pay penalty. These are predictable consequences. But here's the good news. This is not a trap you're just destined to fall into. And that brings us to our final section. Knowledge is your shield. You can totally shift from being worried and reactive to being proactive and prepared. The way to get out of this penalty trap, it's not some kind of secret loophole or a super complicated strategy. It's actually incredibly simple. It just takes a little bit of a mindset shift. And here it is, the core of the solution. It's not about being clever. It's simply about knowing. The most powerful tool you have is just being aware of the administrative system itself. You just have to know the rules of the game before you start playing. So you can boil it all down to this really simple 3-step mindset. Step 1, identify the deadlines, know your dates. Step 2, understand the compliances, know the rules. And the result? Well, step 3 just happens automatically. You avoid the penalty. It's not something you have to actively fight. It just becomes the natural outcome of being prepared. So when it all comes down to it, your best defense against tax time stress is just being informed. Yeah, the system can seem complicated, a little intimidating, but knowing the rules isn't just about avoiding penalties. It's about getting some peace of mind. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Think of it less as a question and more as a call to action for yourself. Don't wait for the pressure to build. Take a look at your calendar, review the rules, and make sure you can answer with a confident yes. Are you ready for your next deadline?